morning, everybody. She just made a video a few minutes ago about releasing ladybugs. What's going on here is this greenhouse, the top was put on it in the end of October, and this is the first week of January. This greenhouse, everything is enclosed in it. Everything's got screens on it, doors, so it's a closed area. I had a friend that donated a whole mess of leaf mulch when we built this for our raised beds, which this leaf mulch has turned out great. As you can see in just a few months what we got for plants in here. But the problem is it comes with aphis and whiteflies. 2 months ago, our aphid problem hit an extreme. Our plants were completely covered with aphids. We had whiteflies coming from everywhere. Of course, that also brought in the ants. The sweet little piss ants come in wanting to feed off the aphids. And it's just been an ongoing cycle. About 30 days ago, we got our first batch of 1,500 ladybugs we ordered. We let them go in here, and they've done a great job.
Now this is a large greenhouse.
And this is a 21 by 35 greenhouse, and it is quite full of plants. So there's a lot of stuff for everything to eat. Every type of vegetable you can about imagine is in here. And 1,500 ladybugs, they're making a dent, but they can't wipe them out. The ladybugs that we put in here originally, they've stayed. They haven't ran away. But what I wanted to let you know is, what she did is she came in this morning and she sprayed down all these plants. She sprayed them down to help get the aphids off the plants, knock them down. The other thing is the ladybugs, being we ordered them around Christmas, they spent 6 days getting here in the mail. So they're extremely thirsty. When we first took them out of the box, we took the bag out of the box in the house, let them warm up for a little bit. This is a heated greenhouse. It's a true greenhouse. It has 2 heaters in it. And right now, we're at 64 degrees in the greenhouse, 62 to 64. Our low at night in here is usually around 50 degrees at the lowest on a real cold night, which is our tomatoes are all acclimated to it, our peppers and everything else, because they started in October. The cold weather doesn't seem to affect them at all, the cooler nights. During the day, a lot of times it'll get up to 90 degrees in here, 95 degrees. Turn all the fans on, help cool it down. But by watering all these plants first, it's giving them something to drink, and it's helping with the aphids problems because she sprayed everything down. These ladybugs, they'll say in the package to put them on the ground at night in the cool area. We don't have to worry about that because our ladybugs can't fly away. They will fly up and get against the top when it's warm. They love it up there. They sleep up there at night, or they sleep in the house that she's got down there that she showed earlier. And then when they get hungry, they come down and they eat. We found that the size of this greenhouse, they fly where they like. I will tell you, when you first put them in, the ladybugs are going to go for your peppers. They love pepper plants. They're going to go for your green beans because they love the green bean plants. Once they start knocking the aphids back, then they'll start moving to your tomatoes. Then they'll start moving to your potatoes and stuff of that type. They'll go for what they like best, they like the smell of. But as they eat the food down, they'll go to the stuff that they don't care for as much because that's where the food's at. This has worked out extremely well for us. And as long as you've got an enclosed area like we have, I don't think there's a better way to fight it than what we're doing. We proved with the first batch that they can knock them back, and I'm sure with this batch to be able to knock the rest of them back. And the reason we're doing this also is we use no pesticides. We don't spray our plants. And that's one thing, if you're going to spend the money for a few ladybugs, don't spend any money on pesticides because it will kill your ladybugs first. And then you're just going to make your problem worse in the long run.
And don't put cayenne pepper down,
don't put cayenne pepper sprays on them. Don't use any type of sprays on your plants, because
And don't
even though
put
your-
mint oil out.
the mint oils and stuff like that, they're going to deter your ladybugs. Let the ladybugs do the work for you. Don't hinder them and don't kill them trying to kill your bad bugs. Let the good bugs populate in here. Once they knock the population back, all we got to do is hang some honey. We'll put some containers in here hanging, some toilet paper rolls hanging, and with a little piece of plastic inside of them, and we'll put a little bit of honey on them to help feed them, to keep them going and keep them from dying off. And if we have problems with our other greenhouses, we'll turn around and come in here in the evening when they bed down in the houses. We'll put a house inside of a bag. That's one of the reasons we're having to put the hanging houses up, and we can carry that house in the evening over to the other greenhouse and release them in there if we have.
Which we're going to film in just a minute.
And we'll give you an update on the old greenhouse, how we redid it. This greenhouse here, we built it and designed it. It is a warm weather greenhouse for tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, green beans. We even got corn growing in the back for a spring crop. We do our starts in here. We're growing our lettuces and our spinaches in here. We've got a little bit of everything. Our old greenhouse that we originally built is an in-the-ground greenhouse. We took our center shelves out and made the beds large, in the process of making the beds larger in there. That greenhouse is also heated, but it's kept at a temperature of around the top of 40 degrees at night. So in the back corner, the back end of the greenhouse only has one heater. It's dropping down into the low 30s at night, especially like last night when it was in the low 20s here. And we're using that for our fall and spring crops. We're planting our brassicas in there, collards, bok choy, things of that type that can take the cold. And it's also going to have onions and garlic and stuff planted in there. Both these greenhouses during the summer, though, you'll see later, turn into high tunnels with screened in sides. All these sides that you see on the inside roll up, and then also the outsides roll up, and there's agricultural screen running all the way down the whole length, 6 foot high. Plus the big windows on the top. The windows on the top, they have automatic actuators on them, beeswax actuators. Right now they've been disabled because they open up at approximately 70 degrees. And this time of year I want to keep the heat in. But in the summertime, they'll open up before it gets super hot in here. And then we've got 4 oscillating fans, and the fans help keep the air moving around. In the wintertime, we need to use the fans to keep the hot air blowing down. In the summertime, we'll use them to mix the air to keep the whole thing cooler. If you look above our tomatoes here, we've got anti-condensating plastic in here, which works great when it's at an angle. But when it's flat, up toward the top, it's still going to condensate, as you can see in that picture right there. But what happens is tomato plants is one of the things that doesn't like to be rained on. So we have a skirt that runs all the way down through the center here, and what that skirt's for is to keep it from raining on it. It drips down in the aisles instead of on the plants in the mornings. And you'll find that that'll be a big help. Once we get to this angle here, there's no problem. It all runs all the way down to the sides and drips off like it should. But even anti-condensating plastic will drip when it's laid flat. And that's the purpose up there. We'll go into this a lot more in the next couple months and show you a lot of things we've done that we've learned through the years that'll help you out. Thank you for watching. Bye.